Usually, budget decks are relegated to being aggressive piles of cards that are trying to slay your opponent before they get to do their big and flashy thing. But fret not, anti-aggro gamers who are tight on dust. I have a perfect deck for you. You can also make those big flashy plays with big mana, small budget, aka Astral Communion Druid. So the goal of the deck is to play Astral Communion as quickly as possible, and we do that with things like Moonlit Guidance, Bottomless Toy Chest, and Waveshaping. And to ensure that we have a consistent turn 3 Astral Communion, we run Innervate and Invigorate to be a small burst of mana, so we can pretty consistently play this on turn 3 and maybe even turn 2 in a dream scenario. The rest of the deck is full of your favorite big, dumb, fat minions, including John Hearthstone himself. So if you want to dust off your old free legendaries and give them a spin in Wild on a relatively small budget, I would highly recommend this deck. With all that being said, let's jump in the games and see what we can do with this budget Astral Communion Druid. A priest. Let's see what flavor of priest we're up against. Judging by the looks of things, of just how today's going, it's probably going to be a blistering fast, aggressive priest. But you know, you gotta roll with the punches. Just in case I miss on Communion here, we have a second chance for it here. And this will check the bottom of my deck. So we will know what Aquatic Form has for me. And has a carrier. Okay, so I do not want Innervate to be in my deck after I play Communion. Oh, so they're on Nazmani, probably, if I had to guess. And I am on losing the game. Okay, okay. Not bad, not bad. So we need to rip Communion next turn. They are on automatons. Naturally. Of course. And I mean, as far as automatons go, that's probably the best you can do, right? Alright, let's try to rip it. Okay. So what else do I got down there? Okay, there we go. That's about as good as I can hope for. And then, am I gonna Marin the Manager on my turn? Are they seriously gonna summon another one of these bozos? Oh, thank goodness. I was shaking in my boots. So we go Aquatic, which could get Seismopod. Or we can do Marin the Manager. You know what? That's the funny ha-ha play. And we are in the business of doing the funny ha-has. And I will gain a mana crystal out the door and box that parrot. Cool. So you have a parrot in your deck. I'm a-okay with that. If this summons another automaton, I'm facing 6 damage of automaton, 7 with the fishing rod. So let's see how sad we can be. Okay, I got a parrot. Fantastic. Here is my manager. So this will get the wand. And what fresh cards am I ripping right off the top? Oh yeah, I mean this is what dreams are made of. Sure. Carrier is online. Draw 2 cards. What else we got in here? We have a Ysera. So can I go refresh Ysera? No, not quite. I might just take this opportunity to get some armor. Yeah, we'll just get some armor going. And we will box that parrot yet again, so my carrier fellows go into the right stuff. There we go. Alright, well, my board versus your board, opponent. I feel like mine might be better. I just have like a weird feeling it might just be slightly better than yours. I mean, that's a pretty good rebuttal. So I can go 6 into there. Yeah. 6 into there. Box these guys. Drake is here to play. You know what? Who doesn't love random legendaries, you know? So let's make sure 2 goes to the noggin, and I mean... as far as random legendaries go, can't really complain. Okay, carrier, do your thing. You're gonna set this one out, Drake. So, Gutterwalk will come with a Marin the Manager, Battle Cry, and that's about it. Excuse me. You can't just take a man's carrier like that. I mean, that's just messed up. Yeah, the shame that my opponent probably felt from doing that was unimaginable. So, successfully vanquished the Automaton Priest. Obviously a mage. You're lying to yourself if you don't think this is a mage skin.
I must protect the wild.
And I will take an Astral Communion right here. Surely one of these is a communion. Definitely a hand. Certainly a hand of all time. So let's rip this to get things started. And I guess an Innervate just in case I have a communion on top. Also, it's good to get out of your deck for when you do have all that mana. Sleep Under the Stars, not quite what we're looking for. Is this how it's gonna go? Looked at 6 whole cards and my draws, but you know what? That's fine because off the tippy top, here it comes. Hit me with it. So we look for it here. Ultimately, do not find it. Aquatic Form. And honestly, at this point, you just need to play this for another Aquatic Form. Is it at the bottom? Naturally, it is. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm good with where I'm at now. Okay, so a very honest turn for Communion on the coin. So we can at least put a Marin on top, and then Communion, get some armor, call it a day.
It cannot be.
I mean, it can't get much later on Communion. But yes, you're right, opponent, I was quite lucky. A little bit of damage. And then Wisp Rider. So their hero power is certainly looking pretty good now. So let's try Let's try to high roll. Can we high roll? That is the question. Okay, that would look like a high roll. I might save this for next turn. So we'll crash into here. And yeah. That's what I got, opponent. Do you have the combo? Looks like my opponent does have opinions on what I'm doing. And they did get over it. That's good. Seabreeze Chalice, okay, okay. So they're clearing my board, so their Reckless Apprentice combo is a little worse for wear now. Do they fire that off again? I mean, they got it. So I have my Death Rattle off now, so any minion I draw after this point is pretty insane. And they are going to opt to not hero power. Very happy I did not rip that, because I would have had a ton of golden kobolds on my hand. Alright, let's see what we can get. Naturally. Yeah, we're just gonna golden cobalt these away. Probably Ibis, or I could get another Marin. Let's get Ibis out here. Let's see what he's got to say. Yeah, that's fine by me. I'll take a 17/17 Ibis. And then next turn I can Zola my Ibis, obviously. I mean, what else am I gonna do? Do I have any, like, big dragons? I have a few. I have a few big boys. Would they create that off of? Evocation? Okay. So they are definitely trying to slay me right now, which is pretty rude. Okay, Ice Barrier has been revealed. And honestly, at this point, because their combo is trying to slay me through Reckless Apprentice, I'm sticking with the original game plan. Give me my Ibis. Alright. Not bad. If you clog up the board enough, I am calling the authorities. I'm alerting the authorities, and I hope my opponent knows that. I am playing against Freeze Imbue Mage, and just loving every minute of it. I could not be happier that they played that. Zola being on my board was a bit of a liability. Carrier is also a liability, but it's a 5/17, so you do kind of just have to play it. And I will naturally just send one upstairs. Kind of hope that these go into wisps. Nice. Alright, well, I think we've heard enough of that guy's voice lines that we can probably call it a day. I gotta say, having a 6-pack under your armpit is very, very intimidating. The game 3? Absolutely insane. The Seabreeze Chalice definitely has its work cut out for it. Blessing of the Wisp has made an appearance again, and they're getting that finale value for sure. This is the fabled long concession. At least let Ibis touch her face. What a coward. What an absolute coward. Ugh. Druid v. Druid.
I must protect the wild. Nature must be preserved.
As much as Innervate is an insano card, if I can find Astral Communion. Unfortunately, Communion is not in my hand, so I can't keep it. Cool. So I have a turn 3 Communion. Looks like my opponent might be up to the same thing. Hopefully the budget version can reign supreme. So we are going to do the thing. And do the stuff, for that matter. And then we have the sick Aquatic Form Astral Communion combo. Do you have the Innervate coin Communion? They do not, so it looks like I'm going to be a turn ahead. And with my turn ahead, I will, of course, with no hesitations, get John Hearthstone himself. GG, opponent. I got John at the very tippy top of my deck. I wonder what they got. Aquatic Form into, I want to say, Communion? Double Aquatic Form into Communion? I don't know if I would do that. I personally wouldn't condone plays like that. To each their own. But, unfortunately for you, I got John. Hit him with it.
Spectacular.
Let me see it. Let me see it. The Cheese Man, a Murloc, and I win. I mean, I win. What else could you want? GG. So I have Sunscreen and a Life Cycle is actually not bad. Summon a random minion of the same cost to replace it. John, you might be looking at a 9-drop in your future. So my opponent played a legendary that costed actual dust. Kinda cringe if you ask me. I mean, come on. Why am I not running Bob? Hold up. I should probably be running Bob. The saddest carrier you've ever seen in your life. Coming up. Just in case you can answer it. And 1 damage right upstairs. Show me it. What do I got? Huge upgrade. Yeah, this is looking great. What else could you want? So, a Sleep Under the Stars with this guy might be some Wrath. Pop off. Hey, what do I know? Wrath might be... Huh. Maybe... that, Life Cycle could have been something else, huh? Hold up. Hold the phone. Am I cooking? So... And now we cook. A smarter man than me could probably figure out this easy peasy. But unfortunately for everyone here, actually I have an execute for their carrier, which is pretty insane. So I will do that every day of the week. And now my location has an execute? Okay, okay. Might be cooking with pure gasoline. The carrier will always deal with these two bozos unless they don't. So I could bump here. What do they have? A 0-4? Oh, they have a sphere. I didn't even clock that. Yeah, this will go face. I'm happy with this all going face. And there we go. That's all she wrote. Carrier. Take him out. Get him out of here. Alright, now that I have some time to think, and how does this combo work again? So you go Warsong, Grim Patron, Frothing Berserker, Whirlwind, or Inner Rage on Grim Patron, Whirlwind? Okay, hey. Oh, they do have a carrier in hand. I guess they don't believe in their carrier. A mistake, to be sure. So this has an execute in it. This actually is probably not a good thing to have on my field if I'm trying to do the Grim Patron stuff. Okay, so that was just a long-winded way of playing a carrier. Okay. So what we do, of course... I was gonna... They probably did me a solid. I was probably gonna mess that up and embarrass myself on recording, so shout out Relicologist, sounds like a pretty fancy title, for getting me out of that bind.